Hello everyone. So today I thought I'd talk about a little bit about what I wear when I ride my Lowrider ST. I was inspired to answer that question by one of my viewers and commenters who asked me the question, what do I wear? His name is Salvatore Battinelli 894 from Massachusetts. So thank you for that question. So I thought I'd discuss what I do wear and the reasoning as to why I wore the things I do. So let's get into it. So here's an overview of the gear that I wear when I ride my Lowrider ST. I'll go through each of the items individually and explain why I wear each item. So first I'll start right up here with the helmet. I do have an Arai Contour X helmet. I like to wear a full face helmet just because I do believe that a full face helmet offers, of course, much greater protection to the full face, especially the chin and mouth area as well as the cheeks. The one I have, the Contour X, offers fantastic ventilation. So even in warmer weather, I feel that I get the ventilation necessary so I don't feel too overheated. You know, wearing a helmet, of course, is a personal preference. Some of you, of course, may prefer either a modular or a 3/4 or even a half helmet. But I do feel that, again, because in a crash situation, a full face helmet does offer the greatest protection. I've never heard of anyone saying, hey, I was wearing my full face helmet and I got in a crash, and from then on I started wearing a half helmet. But I've often heard stories all the time of people who say they've worn a half helmet in a crash and now they wear a full face helmet all the time. To carry on from the head down, I also wear this neck gaiter. This basically just slips over my head and of course goes over my neck. And that's basically to protect against minor road debris that may kick up. I also feel that both in winter weather, it'll keep me warm, and in warmer weather, I can just soak this in water and it cools me down quite well. So it not only offers protection, but offers temperature control for me. Moving to my gloves, I do have 3 separate pair of gloves. I have a winter set, which is waterproof and insulated. It's also a gauntlet glove. The reason I like gauntlet gloves in the wintertime is because as the jacket sleeve slips into the glove, it prevents the air from going into the jacket and making me too cold. I also have a lighter gauntlet glove set up here that's not insulated. And this is just for those cooler like springtime or autumn where a winter glove would be too much, but you don't want that cold air blowing up your sleeve. Both these gloves do have added protection, like in this one it has the knuckle protection as well. And then the last glove set that I have is for the summertime, and this is not a gauntlet set. These are perforated. It does have, again, the added knuckle protection. And the reason I don't have a gauntlet glove for the summer is because I do want that air slipping into my jacket sleeve to cool. I do feel that having an open jacket sleeve in the summer really actually forces the air into my jacket and makes it a lot cooler overall. So those are some of the items. I'm going to do my jacket last because that's actually a very interesting system that I'll need to describe a little bit more. Moving over to my pants, I do wear a set of motorcycle rider specific pants. These just happen to be made by Klim. And the reason I like motorcycle specific pants is because they tend to have a CE rating. This particular pants has a CE rating or a protective rating of AA. And what makes that is that they have a Kevlar lining. And this Kevlar lining here, you can see this yellow part here, increases the abrasion resistance. So if you were to fall and slide, you're going to slide on this Kevlar lining, and that offers protection as opposed to tearing up your skin. Some AA rated pants or motorcycle specific pants also have impact protection. In this particular case, it has this D3O protection, which offers the impact resistance from bumps. And the reason I like this pant, again, the impact protection is not only here, and the Kevlar lining is in the specific areas which protect you in case of a slide. I won't wear regular pants for motorcycle riding, again, because I want to protect my body. So the motorcycle pants I wear, if any of you have seen pictures of people who have slid without motorcycle specific pants, it really tears up the skin quite a bit, and that's not something I want to go through. It's not only a question of some minor road rash, but it can wear through the skin and muscle right down to the bone, which is would be quite a recovery process if you did recover at all. So just to be safe for me, my preference is to wear something that has that CE rating for abrasion resistance and impact resistance. Along the lines of the pants, I do wear motorcycle specific boots. The reason I do choose motorcycle specific boots is because it does have specific ankle protection and of course toe protection. I tend to favor full leather because, again, for the abrasion resistance over time. This here is part of the jacket system, which I'll describe in a second. Now this part here, this may look like a regular vest, but this is actually a airbag vest. This particular one is made by a company called Hit Air. This particular company is made in Japan, and the Japanese motorcycle police actually use them for their riders. The airbag vest does is, if I were to come off the bike, this is tethered to my bike, so it would pull and then inflate the vest as a complete airbag, so you look kind of like a big Michelin man or marshmallow man. The most important thing, though, is that it inflates around my C-spine, so it protects my cervical spine. It inflates down through here. It protects my spine. It'll inflate around my hips, so it protects my hip joints. And you'll see right here, give me a second, you'll see right here, I keep spare cash, but here's the CO2 cylinder. This cable is pulled in the event I come off a bike. It's filled with this CO2 cylinder, so this CO2 cylinder will rapidly degas and fill up the airbag around the vest, and then protect my body. I really won't ride without this vest. It's hardly noticeable. If I didn't tell people it was an airbag vest, you wouldn't even suspect that it was. I feel it's a great safety option. Okay, so I said I would talk about my jacket last, and that's because it's a whole system that's a little bit complex, but it's a fantastic jacket. So this jacket I bought from Harley. They call it their FXRG. I don't believe they make this jacket anymore. I've seen Harley release their new jackets as a layering system with a base layer, a base armor layer, a mid layer, and an outer layer. But this jacket is basically that system, but the layering is built into the jacket. So what do I mean by that? So it comes, of course, with this outer leather jacket shell, but also what I could zip into the jacket is this waterproof inner liner, and another layer here is this thermal liner, and this thermal liner can also be zipped out. But the nice thing about this is that when I zip everything together into the jacket, it becomes one jacket, one unit. So in the winter weathers, I can not only put on the leather and then put on the waterproof liner and if it's extremely cold, put in the thermal liner. If it's not as cold, I can unzip out over here this thermal liner and leave this mid liner, the mid waterproof liner. If it's not that cold, I can unzip and take out this entire liner system altogether and leave the leather jacket. Now you may be asking, what do I do in the summer weathers? Well, this leather jacket I can also unzip the leather outer part. And let me show you how that works. Okay, so as I was saying, I can unzip this outer leather layer. So if you see over here, there's a zipper here, and as I unzip this, this out. I can unzip over here as well. And this comes around through the back. So I'm going to do this whole system. And then what I'm left with here, as you can see, I've now removed the outer leather shell that I would wear for cold climates. And now I'm left with an inner mesh jacket. So this system I really like, because even in the summer weather, I'll be able to remain cool without overheating. This jacket also has internal pockets for impact resistance. In this case, I have the SAS Tech impact protection, not only on the back, but also here in the shoulders and in the sleeves. So some of you might be wondering, why do I like that system jacket as opposed to just layering, like having a base layer, a mid layer, an outer layer? Why do I like a system that's a little bit more complex and needs to use all those zippers? And I'll explain why. So having this system of just one jacket with parts that I can unzip from internal jacket really makes the whole system compact. So if I were to go touring on my lowrider ST, I can incorporate this whole system and pack it in a very small part. So if I'm in colder weather or going up into the mountains, I can put the whole system together. And then as it warms up, say I were to go into a desert area, I can just unzip these parts and easily roll them up and place them into my bag. That's opposed to, say, if I had 3 separate layers, and that's just much more bulky. So I enjoy this system. This is what works for me. Thanks for staying with me through this video. I hope I explained my gear and the reasoning as to why I wear each part of my gear. Thank you again, Salvador Bettinelli 894 from Massachusetts, or Maine, MA, to ask the question. And again, if any of you have any other further questions or anything else I can help out with, please let me know. Be more than happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much for watching.